All right, here is a little tutorial on the simulator. So over here, this food web, you're going to turn on and off different animals to be a part of the simulation. So right now you can see if I click those two, there's nothing in the simulation. It starts off with these two clicked, these two plants. And so what we can do is click run. So that's actually number one too. I asked you in question number one on the assignment to run the simulator with both plants. And so what we see here is that plant A, it grew very well and it maxes out. And then plant B kind of immediately dies. And that's because these two are the only things here, and they are going to be competing with each other for nutrients and sunlight and water. And plant A just happens to be the one that works a lot better than the other, or that survives and adapts a lot better. So yeah, that's basically how this works. And so you guys have to try to get these things to live for as long as possible. So in this case here, plant A is living, or is surviving better. So how do we get plant B to also live for a longer amount of time? Well, that means it seems like we have to get something to eat plant A so that plant B will maybe compete a little bit better. So I'm going to click herbivore A. It's going to eat plant A. And so now we see we can have some of these rabbits on here. And so let's reset it and push run again and see what happens. So now we see that because some of plant A is getting eaten by this rabbit, it's not out competing plant B as much. So plant B has a chance to survive. And you see that it runs all the way to day 100. You can also click run again. You could add something in here and click run again, or you can just click run again, and this graph will go to day 200. So you can either reset it every time, or you can add something in and then click run. Okay, so that's basically how this thing works, except the more things you put in here, it gets a little bit trickier to do. Okay, but that is essentially how this works. Your goal is to get as many of these things. Well, actually, there are specific requests that I have in the worksheet, but then at the end, number 5 is get as many of these things in here and try to run it for as long as possible with everything surviving. Okay, thanks. Let me know if you have any other questions.